everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing another Avakin Life top 10 video. This video is going to be the top 10 spookiest Halloween apartments. There are quite a lot of spooky sort of gothic apartments now in Avakin Life, and I want to do the top 10 of them. So all of these are just my opinion on what I think is the spookiest ones. Some of them are not specifically Halloween themed, but I added them to the list because I thought they were sort of fitting of the theme. So we'll get straight on into the first one. At number 10 we have Scorpios. So this isn't really a Halloween one, but I thought it fit with the theme because it is kind of creepy when you think about it. So this is my own apartment. I have it completely unfurnished, and this is the only part you can build on. It's sort of like in an alien planet. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like just a desert, but it looks kind of freaky. Then you come over here, and this is like the bar area. But then you come over here and there's just some random half robot lady, which is kind of creepy to me. And then if we go over here, there's just a random sign for scorpions and wreckages everywhere. So I actually think this place could be pretty creepy depending on how you decorate it. Even though it's not specifically made for Halloween, I do think that it deserves to be on the list at number 10. So this apartment at number 9 is based on one of the oldest social spots in Avakin Life. I'm gonna say it wrong. Ajagara's Peak. It's a strange name. But this is a little apartment based off of there. It is just this one room, but it is pretty cheap. I just got it when I was, looking for apartments, and this is it completely unfurnished like before. So in case you guys don't know, before there was the Gothic mansion and all those other apartments, this was like the original apartment for goths. This is where all the goths hanged out. This is where, anybody who wanted a gothic aesthetic went to. This was all we really had back then. So I had to put this on the list because it's just like the original spooky place, even though it doesn't look all that scary. It's just so medieval, and it's based off of, like a really ancient medieval castle. And it has got those gothic vibes, so I had to put it in here just because it is like the original. Next at number 8 on the list we have Shadowfall Manor Graveyard. So this is like a separate apartment from Shadowfall Manor, which we'll be talking about later. You can go over here and you can go into the interior, which is a completely separate apartment, Shadowfall Manor. But we're just going to be talking about this little space separately. So the only thing I've added to this is this little burner, a couple lights, and that pumpkin. That's all I've added. So other than that, this is exactly how it comes. This place is super cool for role playing, making creepy videos. You have like a coffin that's been like dug up, graveyard stones everywhere. You have coffins that you can sit down on with jack-o'-lanterns and candles everywhere, and a creepy tree. You might recognize this place because actually I have done, when I did my lookbook outfit ideas for goths, it was this place that I used with the creepy gothic fence and the gothic lanterns and the trees in the background. So yeah, this is just a super cool creepy little location that's great for Halloween. Next up is the Goth Club. So this is a really cool place for sort of Halloween parties, and it's like a Halloween nightclub basically. It's really cool. So it's the same sort of as the other nightclubs that you can buy in the game. The sort of layout doesn't really change, but the decoration, the colours, it's creepy, the lightning everywhere. You can see even the doors are all like gothic and medieval, and it's just super cool how they've managed to change it and make it so gothic and creepy. I feel like you could decorate this in a very Halloween sort of way. There's already like bats and everything over here, and lanterns, and all these creepy things. It's just, I think it could be done really well to make like a Halloween nightclub, or you know, it is a goth nightclub, but I think it works well with like Halloween and for Halloween parties and stuff like that as well. At number 6, we're going back to Shadowfall Manor. This is the interior, and this is the the creepy house that you see when you're in the graveyard. So my only problem with this house is it isn't very big. You come over here, you can't go into any of these doors. However, there are creepy eyes all over the place, which I think are really cool and creepy. Go over here and you go into this room, and this is sort of like a sitting room. I haven't decorated this place yet because I don't really have that much Gothic furniture, and I want to make this place look nice when I decorate it. You have upstairs in the bedroom, but I think this over here is the best place in the entire manor. It is kind of cool. It's a bit creepy. Come over here and it's like a crypt, and you know, it's like an underground dungeon. You could put like a cage down here, the interactive cage or something, and then you have this coffin with all the mist pulling out. I just think this is a super cool place, this little underground bit. I'll show you guys the bedroom as well, but that little underground bunker bit is, in my opinion, the best part of the manor. It is the creepiest part, it is, you know, the spookiest part. You could make some really cool videos and take some really cool pictures down there, depending on how you decorate it. But this is the other room, just a little bedroom sort of place. Very similar to the living room. I'm tongue-tied. And if you go over here, this is actually super cool. They're all different pictures of different apartments. So I can't remember which that one there is, but if you go here, that is Ajgara's Peak or whatever, you know what I mean. And that is the view of the house from the graveyard. So it's super cool that they had those creepy little pictures there, and I do think this is a small but quite spooky place to have an apartment. So just to let you guys know, the last 5 apartments that I'm going to be showing you are all in public. I don't actually have these apartments as much as I would like them, mainly because they're a little bit more expensive. I've tried to get ones which are not decorated so you can sort of see it without all the decorations and everything to form, you know, your own opinions, but some of them might have little decorations here and there. But this is number 5, the ghost ship. So this is very similar to some of the other ships in the game. It's like a pirate ship, a ghost ship. There's candles, there's skulls, everything you would want basically in your stereotypical ghost ship. You have like mountains of skulls over here. You have like, if you come over here, you get some really cool views into like the mist and the fog. The only other little indoor bit is up here. It is, you know, it's not the biggest area, but it is quite spooky. Go into here, and that took a while to load. You have, you know, this cool little place just for like a bed or something with like skull candles and, you know, a skull chandelier. That is the most Halloween thing you could think of, is a skull chandelier. So this is the only like traveling apartment that's on here. This is the only boat. So I'm glad that they did add something in the travel section that is for Halloween and spooky. Next is the Gothic mansion. We're moving on to quite a lot of the bigger apartments now. This is where I filmed a couple of my music videos, especially Dollhouse is one that I did here. So you have this little outside part with, you know, a big creepy oak tree and all that. And then you can use either entrance, it doesn't matter. This place is actually mine, so I forgot that this place I actually had. All the other ones after this though are all going to be public, and this place is completely undecorated. I had decorated it, I decided to change it because I want to redecorate it sometime soon, so I took it all away. So you have this sort of, you know, hallway and all that. In here you have a sort of creepy looking kitchen. Not sure I would really want to be doing much baking in there. And then you go upstairs and that's where the real fun begins. So I used to have this place decorated it was quite cool, but I wanted to improve it, especially the downstairs part. I think I did well with upstairs. I'll sort of show you, you know, what I did as I go along, just to give you guys some ideas if you want to get this place. Over here you have this balcony where you can get some really cool views, a bit spooky scary with the green light and everything. And one thing I do like about this is it is actually haunted. It's not just Gothic, it's actually haunted, which I think is super cool. I love when they add little things like this. So for example, if you come here, look, it's a ghost! So you come in here, this is like another little bedroom, or like a front room. Last time what I did is I had the interactive witches cauldron and I put it in the center here, and it did look super cool, especially with the green wallpaper. And if we go over opposite here, there's just a little area here where you can put something spooky to jump scare someone. I had like a coffin in there with a skeleton in it. And then you come in here, and this is where I used to have the bedroom, but obviously you don't have to follow what I did. This is just a little room, there's not really much going on in there. Moving on to the last two rooms, there is one room in this place which is the best out of the lot. So if we go over here, we'll start with this one first and we'll save the best for last. In here is just the little bathroom. It's, you know, certainly not the best looking place, but I guess that's sort of the point. So on to the last room. This place is super cool, it's my favourite part. And I used to have a lot up here. So if you go here, it's open and you can see sort of like, if my wings would get out the way, you can see sort of like a red light sort of coming out of there. And you go in there and things get spooky. Red lighting, attic. So what I did, up here, I had an interactive cage. And I had some like stocks and some, you know, creepy things up here. So it was sort of like you were hiding someone in the attic. So I thought that was really creepy and a really cool way of doing it. Obviously you can put whatever you want in here. You could do a bedroom in here or whatever. But I just thought with the red light, it was super creepy. And it is sort of a cool little addition to the mansion. So on to the top three. These top three are my ultimate favourites, and I don't have any of them. So, you know, I'm a bit sad about that, but they're quite expansive, so I just haven't really had the time to get them yet. So like I said, these will all be public apartments, and I've tried to make them as non-decorated as possible. What I like about these top three though is they all have little secrets and little layers in them all. So we'll go through them all and I'll show you them all. So this is the Dark Heart Castle at number 3. It is similar to the, I'm not sure what the other one's called, I think it's the Lockwood Castle, which I actually do have. You come up here and there's a freaky skeleton and it sort of comes towards you. It actually freaked me out the first time because I saw it and I wasn't expecting it to come over, so it just sort of like floats over to you. So it was a bit freaky the first time. I'm gonna go and show you upstairs first, and then I'm gonna keep trying to save the best for last in these last houses. So you go into here, this is a little courtyard. It's just, you know, a bit freaky. There's nothing really too much going on here. You can see the like lanterns, jack-o'-lanterns outside. So, you know, that's just a cute little bit. Then we go around all the way over here. Another thing I like is a swinging chandelier. It's a bit freaky. There's Mr. Skeleton again. Yeah, he goes down that way and he like comes towards you, and it freaked me out the first time. So if you go in here, it takes you to a little hallway where you can go to the bedroom. So you go into this hallway and you go into the bedroom. You can see there's a graveyard out there, which I think is a cool little detail. I love little details like that. So then you come in here, and this is the only part they've decorated, so sort of ignore these decorations and everything, but it is just a cool little room to like decorate as a bedroom sort of. So if we come out here, we'll do the downstairs part, and this is where it sort of gets interesting to say the least. You go in here. So what this was last time is, you know, in the other castle, it was sort of like a little second throne room, but it was just a lot smaller. In here you have the ring of salt and a sofa that they've put in here. I didn't even realise they'd done that. Must have done this recently. That is a cool decoration. Okay, let's not get distracted with that. So you have a little ring of salt over here. I don't know if you guys know this, but back then they believed that a circle of salt trapped all demons and evil spirits in there. So I think that's a super cool detail that they added. And over here you have the freakiest thing I've ever seen. That scares the hell out of me. So the last room, the bedroom. Last time you went into this little room, and you know, in the other house I keep saying last time, and it's just a very small room. So I went in here not expecting much, but it actually surprised me. So it does look like a little room, but then there's a hole in the wall, and you can see there's ants running. And this is the best place. So I already explained what the circle of salt is like. It's like they're keeping a demon or like a spirit underground here. And you have like, you know, the crosses and everything, and it's just a super cool, creepy place. And you have still Mr. Skeleton over there, who has come from downstairs apparently, or upstairs rather, and you come here and you have loads of those guys' friends that were in the other room. That must be his family. And you have some stocks and all that over here, which I think are pretty cool. Or did they put them in? They put them in. But, you know, that is a good idea to have stocks and all that. That's sort of what I had in the other place I was talking about. So like I said, this is my favourite room in the place. There's like handprints and like blood on the floor. It's just a super cool place, and I hope you guys like it as much as I do. So when I was making this list, the number 2 and number 1 spot were so hard to choose for because I didn't know which one was better, but I have made my decision. This is just my opinion because I know that it's going to be against vampires versus werewolves, and that can get a bit heated, especially with the events happening at Halloween. But as you can see my badge, I am a true vampire. So at number 2, it's the Werewolf Cabin. That kind of gives away what number 1 is going to be. So this is one of the newer houses in the game. It came out last year with the Halloween update, and it is just such a cool place. So you spawn in here. It's like a cozy wood cabin, but it has spider webs. But, you know, other than spider webs, it does look like somewhere I would want to live. Then you come up here and you've just got a little bit there. The inside of it seems a bit small at first, so I was sort of like a little bit disappointed because I didn't even realise that you can go outside, because that's where the real fun begins. You have this little area here, and then you go up the attic. And you have a little area here where you can maybe put a bed or something. So I love the banisters because they're so rustic and, you know, made out of just like wood branches. I think it's super cool. But when I first came in here, I didn't realise I could go outside. So I was a bit like, this is a bit small, especially considering it's like 4,000 Avacoins. But go outside and it just changes everything. So this person hasn't decorated at all except from this little bit here. So that little bit is decorated, but the rest of it isn't. The rest of it is just how it comes. So you come out here, you get a cool little landscape and everything. It looks nice from the outside. But then you go into here, the cellar. And I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought it would just be a little creepy basement. And it is. It looks just like a little creepy basement. Cool. You know, it's cool, but it's nothing too crazy or too special. But then you go here. And oh my god, if you see it there. Look at that. Look how amazing that is. That is super cool. And then you come through here. And you could put just like a massive werewolf throne there, along with your holy grail of werewolves up there. So this is just such a cool area. It's like a little secret, you know, it's not impossible to find or anything, but you might miss it like the first time. And then it just has this super cool underground area that is super creepy, super cool, and I really, really love this area. At number 1, we have the Vampire Castle. So, had to go with vampires. That's, you know, the faction I choose and everything. And I do have actual reasons why I chose this. So, I looked as best as I could for an unfurnished one, but I really couldn't find one. So, I chose this one because it is the least furnished one I could find. So, all this is dining table. This isn't actually... Or wait, maybe it is a dining table. I'm not completely sure. It's hard to tell sometimes with these things. It's quite possible that this dining table, though, is actually comes with a mansion, but all the stuff on it definitely does not. And then you have some tables and chairs and stuff over here that does not come with the mansion. That's all just decoration, but you get the general idea. So you come into this big sort of hall. It's, you know, it's pretty cool. It's basically the same as the one in the secret lair of the vampires. So you go into these little rooms and you have this one here, which is, like I said, decorated, but I'm really sorry about that. I try and find ones that are not decorated so you can get like an unbiased view of the house, but I really tried to look for ones and I just couldn't find any. Go into this room as well, and it is very similar to the other one, just sort of identical. So you might be thinking, why is this number 1? It just looks a little bit plain and mundane and boring, but it's actually similar to the werewolf one. You don't realise how cool it is until you leave it and you go outside, and that is where the real fun starts. So you go outside here and you come across this bridge, which is quite creepy, and you know, it just looks beautiful. This bridge is beautiful, the arches are beautiful, all of it, and then the big iron gates over there. But it doesn't stop there. You have a whole graveyard / cemetery that you can decorate, and you can decorate all this and put more gravestones in if you want any of that. It's just such a super cool place. Come over here and look at these things. They are pretty spooky. And you go into this crypt, and this is like the equivalent of the cellar in the vampire one, and all of a sudden you are here in this massive underground lair with a ghost bride praying over her dead husband. And then you go through here and it's like an underground haunted boathouse. Like, you can come over here and you look into the distance where the boats would go and everything, and it's just crazy. You have this like purple elixir instead of just normal water, and it's so cool. I mean, imagine decorating this place, putting cages and everything like that in here. It would be so creepy. I really do want to get this eventually. I've just been trying to save up for other videos, but eventually I really do need to get this, because the underground lair, everything, it is so cool. It's so freaky, and you could decorate it to be really, really spooky. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed making it. If you did, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more Halloween content like this. After this, we'll have some other content, then it'll be Christmas, so I have loads of content planned for the channel, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Like I said, remember, it is all just my opinion. Leave down in the comments what your favourite spooky Halloween house is, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.